Okay, in today's video about Ethereum Classic, I want to check out the short-term price action right in here and check the possibility of having a bit of a bearish pattern. However, at the same time, I'm going to tell you why that bearish pattern is most probably not a short opportunity. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about ETC, we were, I believe, right in here. And the idea was that if you really want to be pessimistic, you can argue this is 1, 2, 3 correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and what happens after an impulsive structure up? You know the deal, a correction down. That's why in these areas I was calling for some sort of a short-term corrective movement on the downside in ETC. So what happened? So far we are kind of neutral and we're not having like a very strong move on the downside, and maybe okay, in the short term, we are going to do something like this. But even at that point, for the reasons that I'm about to tell you, I'm going to remain optimistic and consider the possibility of having either at least an A, B, and then another move up into our C leg, or maybe if you want to be optimistic, a 1, 2, and then big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, indicating the final low in Ethereum Classic might be already in. So question is, why am I right now in the short term optimistic? Here is why. Let's go around here. If you want to say I am wrong and we are having, starting from the current point, a very strong downturn, okay, fair enough. Show me off of the highest high a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure. You see, this specific case is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between our wave 4 and 2, and in any kind of 5 waves, this is important, pay attention, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no. Why is this so important? Let's go on the left chart. Okay, I think we can all agree that this point about $17.6 is the highest high. Question is, can we find off of it a 5 wave impulsive structure down? And I think our best shot at finding an impulse is if we say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I said it earlier, wave 3 under any kind of circumstances should not be the smallest wave. So is it the case in this structure or not? Let's measure it from this point to, let's say, yeah, sure, let's be optimistic and say about here. Is it smaller than our wave 1? Absolutely. Is it also smaller than our wave 5? The answer, as you can see, by a decent margin is yes. So this thing right in here, which is pretty much our best shot at finding an impulse, is not actually allowed. And that's why I'm going to argue whatever kind of move down in Ethereum Classic that we are going to have possibly in the next couple of days, odds are it's just going to be a correction. And overall, I'm going to say this uptrend starting from the lowest low about $12.50, more likely than not, is not over yet. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said I want to check out the possibility of a bearish pattern, and that is this thing right in here, a beautiful head and shoulder structure. Now, let me be very clear. This head and shoulder at the moment is not confirmed yet. Why? Because if you want to say this is happening, you need to see Ethereum Classic getting a break of the next line, meaning we go under the line, do a pullback, and then a continuation of the move down. And as long as we're not having this thing, we cannot say this head and shoulder is confirmed. But let's say, well, okay, we are actually going to confirm it. Is it going to play out? And by that, I mean, are we going to reach to our target, which is the height of our pattern from this point to about here? And we need to put this thing at our breaking point, let's say around like $15 area. I'm going to make my argument for why I believe this head and shoulder is not most likely in play. And even if we confirm it, we may not really reach to our target. Why is that? That comes down to indicators. You see, what are we having in this area? This is a high. The other one is a higher high. However, on the live chart, we are having a high. The other one is a lower high. So far, we can say this is a beautiful bearish divergence, which by itself is a negative sign. But why is it that I'm trying to tell you? Because of this thing in ETC, I don't believe we're going to go down a lot, because recently, as you can see, we broke the divergence line. And that, my friends, is a very, very strong bullish sign, indicating even if we are going to get a move down, downsides at that point are going to be extremely limited. And after it's over, we are going to have again a continuation of this uptrend, and most probably bulls do still have full control over the trend. So because of this, I think shorting Ethereum Classic right in here in hope that this head and shoulder is going to play out is extremely risky. And personally, from my point of view at least, I do not really want to bet against the trend. That's why I believe in ETC we are still looking optimistic. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Ethereum Classic's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.